At a steel loading area, coils were being moved and positioned. Suddenly, one of the coils began rolling out of place. A nearby worker instinctively tried to stop it with his hands and body weight, but the coil's size and force were far too great to stop. This incident shows why workers must never attempt to stop rolling coils manually. The safe approach is to use chocks, coil restraints, or mechanical handling equipment to keep them stable. At a woodworking area, a worker was cutting a sheet of wood using a table cutter. After completing the cut, a leftover piece remained on the cutter table. As the worker reached forward to grab the offcut, it made contact with the still spinning blade. The piece was thrown back with force, striking the worker. What seemed like a simple cleanup turned into a dangerous situation. This incident highlights the importance of waiting until blades come to a complete stop before handling any material near them. Workers should use push sticks or specialized tools to move off cuts instead of reaching by hand. Guarding devices, proper training, and maintaining a safe distance from cutting edges are critical in woodworking areas. Patience and the right tools prevent sudden kickbacks and protect workers from unexpected impacts. Inside the factory, a worker was operating a press machine. He placed material inside and turned the machine on, then quickly tried to load more items while the jaws were moving into position. In that moment, his hand came too close and was caught as the press continued its cycle. This incident highlights why machine safety guards and proper operating procedures are essential. Workers should never reach into a machine while it's running, and presses must be equipped with safety interlocks or two-hand controls to prevent accidents. Taking time to follow safe steps, rather than rushing, ensures productivity without putting workers at risk. At a work site, a crane was unloading a pack of steel sheets. As the load neared the ground, the supporting wires suddenly gave way. One of the steel sheets, still under tension, bounced back unexpectedly and struck a nearby worker. What looked like a routine unloading task quickly turned hazardous. This incident shows why lifting equipment and rigging must be inspected regularly for wear and damage. Workers should always keep a safe distance from suspended loads, since sudden releases can cause unpredictable movement. Using proper restraints and ensuring only trained rigging staff are nearby can make all the difference. Safety means preparing for the unexpected before it happens. As the crossing gate was closed and a train approached, a man suddenly lay down on the track. The nearby gatekeeper reacted quickly, pulling him away just in time. Moments later, the train passed through. This incident reminds us why railway crossings must never be taken lightly. Always stay behind gates, remain alert, and respect signals. Trained staff and safety barriers are there to protect lives, but the first responsibility is to follow the rules and stay clear of the tracks. Inside the factory, one worker was operating a molding machine. As he started the second cycle, another worker approached the machine for inspection. Without realizing the machine had been reactivated, the worker moved inside the operating area. The press cycle continued, creating a highly dangerous situation. This incident underscores why strict lockout, tagout procedures are vital. Machines should always be fully powered down and locked before any inspection or maintenance takes place. Clear communication between operators and inspectors is equally important. Safety systems such as interlocks, warning lights, and barrier guards can also prevent workers from entering an active machine. In factory environments, coordination and control are the keys to protection. A truck carrying a steel roll was moving when the load unexpectedly shifted. The heavy roll came loose and rolled forward, striking the truck's cabin. This incident highlights the importance of securing heavy materials with chains, blocks, or locking devices before transport. Regular checks during loading and transit can prevent loads from shifting, protecting both operators and equipment. Every small precaution plays a big role in workplace safety. Inside a facility, a truck began rolling forward on its own. A worker attempted to stop it by getting between the vehicle and a nearby pool wall in order to reach the driver's seat. But as the truck continued to move, the worker was pushed toward the barrier. The wall gave way, causing both the worker and the truck to end up in the pool. Fortunately, he managed to escape without major harm. This incident highlights the critical importance of using parking brakes, wheel chocks, and proper securing procedures whenever a vehicle is parked. No one should attempt to stop a moving truck with their body. Only trained operators using the right controls should intervene. A few seconds of preparation can prevent property damage and, more importantly, protect lives. Inside a factory, a worker was carefully operating an overhead crane with a remote controller. The crane was lifting a heavy steel rolls, moving it across the work area to be stacked with others already placed on the ground. At first, everything appeared smooth, the load was steady, the positioning precise. But as the steel roll was lowered into place, the wire rope supporting the crane unexpectedly gave way. The massive rolls dropped suddenly, landing just inches away from where the operator was standing. Luckily, he managed to step back in time and avoid injury. This incident is a powerful reminder of the importance of regular inspection and maintenance of lifting equipment. Wire ropes, hooks, and hoisting mechanisms must always be checked for wear and fatigue before use. Equally important, workers should never remain close to the drop zone when a heavy load is being moved. Staying alert, following safe distances, and performing routine equipment checks are key steps that ensure heavy lifting tasks remain safe from start to finish. Boxes of batteries were stacked for storage. A worker came in to carry out an inspection and then left the area. Not long after, smoke began rising from one of the boxes. The smoke grew quickly, and soon the box caught fire, spreading to nearby batteries. What started as a small warning sign escalated into a hazardous situation for the entire storage room. This incident highlights why proper storage and monitoring of batteries is critical. Batteries should always be stored in well-ventilated, fire-resistant areas, and workers must be trained to recognize early signs of overheating. Having fire suppression equipment nearby and clear emergency procedures in place can prevent a small problem from becoming a major workplace hazard. Batteries should be inspected regularly for swelling, leaks, or damage. Avoid stacking them too high or mixing different types in one area. Keep fire-resistant containers nearby for isolating faulty batteries, and train workers to respond quickly if smoke or unusual odors appear. Regular drills and the right fire extinguishers can make all the difference in keeping people and facilities safe.